I just showed him a sketch I did in one of my sketchbooks of Wonder Woman. That's when he said, "Would you do that on my wall?" And okay, sure. I'd never painted before. Then they asked if I would do the wall in here.
We'll stay over here.
Okay, I'm sorry. Being allowed to put a picture up on the wall is pretty neat. You know, you get to paint yourself a nice white canvas, and sometimes they let you do what you like. It's great. You do get lost. Yeah. Time just stops. It's pretty neat.
It was a free comic book day, and he showed up at the register looking around. We had free hot dogs and some other things, and he told me that's how he came. He smelled the hot dogs.
I didn't even know there was a comic book store up here. David was out in the parking lot with the grill. I could smell hot dogs, and I've been here ever since.
He would just show up. He would sit around at tables and up front on the couch, just sitting there reading comic books.
Almost like a library.
Yes, very much like a library. And then I noticed that he was also drawing a lot. That's how I noticed his talent.
That's when he asked, "Hey, would you like to draw something for me?" And so, because I'd never painted before.
Of all the things that he's painted here, I think the mural above the new comics that come out each week that's probably his masterpiece. He put so much time and work into that, and so much thought.
I didn't even have an idea what it was going to be, just superheroes. I'd ask people all the time, "Who do you want to see?" And because I didn't know much about characters, you know. If it's up to me, they'd be all barbarians or whatever. So that's why I first started collecting, was Conan. Back when I started, it was always like Tarzan and Conan. The whole barbarian thing, yeah, pillaging and warring and just, yeah.
Did some of that artwork inspire you?
Oh, yeah, yeah. When I first saw Frazetta, that's when I knew, wow, that nobody draws like that. Nobody drew like that. I never really thought I had talent, because I always thought, you know, when I first started, my sketches looked terrible. Like, I'll see other people's art all the time. Like every day I look at great art and I'll say, wow, I can never do stuff like that. But I've always thought that I'd never be as good as, you know, some of the stuff I see. I get intimidated very easily. But that's what keeps you going too, is that knowing that there's people out there who do. So there's no limits. You know, eventually if you keep at something, you can be there too. And people say I'm pretty good, but if you look at most of it, it's just made up.
His characters are always moving, sometimes in a way that's kind of impossible. He loves to draw women on bicycles, because I think those are the two things he loves.
There's thousands of artists out there, thousands. And if you know somebody's art, and other people know that art too, that guy must be pretty good. And so when people tell me, at least I'm breaking up a little bit, but people tell me that you know, they recognize my style, that's pretty neat. Sorry.
His art adds a lot of personality to the store, and he's He's kind. We have customers that come by to see him. Young kids that come by that want to learn to draw, that come to talk to him. There's a little girl that comes in quite often. She thinks he's 108.
Pretty much after a while, you start to know everybody. It's very nice to know that people like you for who you are. Little kids say to them, hey, that's that guy that draws, isn't it? So I guess people are happy with what I'm doing. So I guess I'm known as an artist. That's pretty neat. Wow, I'm an artist.